Hello all. In this video, we are going to identify the parallel lines. That means we must know how to find out that they are parallel or not with we know some size of the angles in this question, in the questions I can say. First of all, in this video, we will use the reason that which is similar to the one that we learned before, but it is a little bit different. Last time I've shown you that is the corresponding angle. That means we know that if we know this one is parallel, then we can say A is equal to B. So that we say this one is corresponding angles. But this time I will interchange the interchange the position. So if we know the angle of these two, we can say these two lines are parallel also at the same time. So because we know these angles are equal, so we will say the reason is corresponding angles equal. This time we will use equal. Because last time we will say, because we know that AB is parallel CD, so we write AB parallel CD here. But this time we write equal. That means we know that these two angles are equal first. And then we can say that these two lines are parallel. So this one is called the corresponding angle equal. The second one we know we will have is the alternate angle. Last time we know that to use the alternate angle, we must find the Z. And also we know that the angle inside Z will be equal. But this time we will say, if we know the angle between Z are equal, we can say these two straight lines are parallel. So that this time we will say alternate angle equal. So that means we have the equal alternate angle, so that we can say these two lines are parallel. And finally, we know that this one is the C. C means that we will use the interior angle here. So what will we do is that we will draw this C first. This time we know these two angles add together will be 180 degrees. We know E plus F is equal to 180 degrees. So we know that these two straight lines will be parallel. But please pay attention because they are not equal. So we will use supplementary here. Supplementary means that the angle will add together so that we get 180 degrees. In Chinese, this one is called 五保. So that we can have supplementary with the 180 degree in this question. So what are we going to do in this question? We will have some examples. Let's look at question 1. Okay, now in each of the following figure, we are going to determine they are parallel or not parallel. So let's look at the first one. You will see these two angles are corresponding angle because we can have something like this. If we have three straight lines, this one and this one. And we know that if we just put this angle and slide here to here, we will find this is the corresponding angle. And we can say that they are equal because both of them is 75 degrees. So we think that AB is parallel to CD. So we will say that this one is yes. And the reason is the corresponding angles. This time it's not AB parallel to CD because we do not know AB is parallel to CD at this moment. So what we can write is equal here. So we write corresponding angles equal. And for the second question, we will see this one is a Z. We will see a Z here, right? So this one is a Z, and this one is Z. And this one is also the part of the C. So that the Z, not the Z. You will see this Z, the angle between this Z is 125 degrees and 125 degrees at the same time. So we can say, they are also equal. So we can say yes. So this one is, we call it alternate angles. But this time it's not AB parallel CD. This time is equal. We are going to prove something that AB parallel CD. And next, here, we can see the angle makes a C. English alphabet C here. So that we will think that this one, if this one happened, this one will be interior angle. But unluckily, you will see this interior angle because 100 degree plus 70 degree is 170 degree. So we could say, these two angles cannot be 180 degree. So I don't think that this one is parallel. So I will take no here. So this is the answer of these three simple questions. Just notice the angle so that we can say this one is parallel or not parallel. In Chinese, 我哋要提一啲角度，可能係一樣，可能加埋可能係180度，然後判斷呢兩條線會唔會平衡。Okay, so in this topic, we are going to learn something like this. In the last topic, we are showing that it gives you that this one is a parallel, and then you can find the value of the angle at the same time. So you will find two different ways. So please pay attention in two different ways. Okay, now let's do some real example. You may in examination or even in your calculation, maybe in the future. Okay, let's look at number 4. In the figure, you will say EH, this one is a straight line, intersect AB and CT at F and G. That means it intersect AB at F here. And it intersect 相交於 CD in G, so you will see something like this. I'm going to find that AB is parallel to CD. If we know this is 56, this is 54, and this is 110. So let's draw it. We are going to prove that AB is parallel to CD. So we have this one, and we have this one. Obviously, we will use this one also, the EH. And we are going to define is that these two angles, the BFG and the DGH, they are corresponding angle. So we're going to find is that is 54 add to 56 is equal to 110. If yes, so that we can say this is parallel. If no, we cannot say this is parallel. Obviously, let's do the calculation. Okay, now we're going to calculate angle BFG, which is equal to 56 degrees plus 54 degrees. No reason here because we just add them together. So this is, luckily, 110. And it is equal to angle DGH. So we can see this is by calculation. No reason here. We are not going to find something like that. We are not going to use the corresponding angle because we do it by calculation. So we can say AB is parallel to CD. And we write the reason behind the parallel side. Here this time. Every time we use this reason, and we will write the reason at the end at the end of AB parallel CD or something parallel to something. Okay, so this one is called corresponding angles equal. If you write something that is not behind of something is parallel to something, I think that you use the wrong reason. Okay, so this one is corresponding angles equal. So this is the question we are going to do in the future. Okay, so make sure that you know how to do this first. Okay, now let's go to the second question, question 5. And this time, you will have some calculation to do before we go to the reason to prove AB is parallel to CD. In this question, we are going to parallel AB parallel to CD. So why don't we draw AB parallel to CD first? So that we are going to prove that AB is parallel to CD. And also we see, this one is a Z. So first of all, if I want to prove this is parallel, so we must make the alternate angle is equal or not. We must check it. So which angle we are going to check is this one. So we are going to check it if this is 30 degrees. So luckily, this one is parallel. So how do you know that this is 30? Obviously, with the help of 150 degrees, we add these two angles together, and you will see this one is 180 degrees. So we know that this is 30 degrees. So what we are going to do is that we use the 150 degrees to prove that this is 30 degrees. But I'm not going to use this 30 degrees to prove this one because we do not know that they are parallel. In Chinese, 我開頭唔知佢平衡㗎，所以如果呢度30度係證明唔到佢係30度。 但係如果我用150度，你用一條直線上面嘅180度，我就可以證明佢30度啦。Okay, now let's do the calculation. Okay, 150 degree plus angle ABC. We know this is 180 degree. The reason we know that is called adjacent angles on straight lines. So you must memorize all this reason before you do the calculation. And we know that angle ABC is 30 degree. And luckily we know that this one is 30 and this one is 30. And by calculation, we know that this one is angle BCD also. Okay, so that we can write AB is parallel to CD, and this one is called alternate angles equal. So we know the calculation. And then we can prove that this one is called alternate angle. Okay, now let's check it. Okay, now we'll go to question 6. Question 6. In the figure, EBDF is a straight line, and angle ABE equals 122 degree, and angle CDF is equal to 58 degree. Obviously, we know that these two angles add together will be 180 degree. So we can say that this one, can we use the interior angle? The answer is that, I'm sorry, we cannot use this as interior angle, because you must know that if I want to prove that AB is parallel to CD with interior angle, we are not going to use the angle outside this parallel lines. We are going to use these two angles. We are not going to use these two angles add together. We are going to use this angle and this angle add together so that we can say that they are parallel. But we can do the same thing because we know that we can use the adjacent angles on straight line once and adjacent angle on straight line twice, so that you can say these two angles are add together will be 180 degree. So we will do the calculation one by one. Once again, if we want to use the interior angle, that means the angle must be inside parallel lines. These two angles are outside of these two parallel lines. So I don't think that we will use the angle directly. We must do some calculation. Okay, let's do it. For example, number 1, method 1. Okay, we are going to use this one. Angle ABD plus 122 degree equal to 180 degree. Because this is on a straight line, so we can say this is adjacent angles on straight line. In the examination, you need to write everything by yourself. Please pay attention. In your homework or classwork, you will say that I would let you to fill in the blanks, but in the real world, you will not have some kind of question. Okay, so angle ABD will equal to 58 degree. Okay, so this is the first part. And then we are going to find the other angle. So this one is angle CDB plus 58 degree equals 180 degree. Once again, adjacent angles on straight line. So we know the angle inside is angle CDB will equal to 122 degree once again. So that we can say something like this, because angle ABD plus angle CDB is equal to 58 degree plus 120 degree. And then 120 degree. And luckily, this one is 180 degree. By calculation, we know that. So that we can say AB is parallel to CD. And the reason here is called the interior angles. But this time, they are not equal. So we will use supplementary here. Okay? So we will have some method 1. Okay, now, but Mr. Tam, I think that I have a clever way, maybe, yes, because we will say method 1 and method 2. Because we know that directly, these two angles can be corresponding angle, right? Because if we draw something like this here, with the parallel line, And also this straight line, I think that they are parallel. If I know that this one is 58 degree, I can slide this angle here so that I can immediately know that they are parallel with the corresponding angle. So this is called method 2. You will see this one will use less steps, but this one is quite difficult to understand. So every time you will find many ways to solve the problem in this chapter. So someone hate that, but someone love that, because every time I can find many ways to solve the problem. But you are not going to find out the way that Mr. Tam does. But not most of the time you can find your own way to find out the answer. Okay, but you must think it correctly. Okay, now let's find out the ABD. But once again, we need to do the adjacent angles on straight line once again. Every time we need to do this. 180 degree. We adjacent angles on straight line. Once again, we know that angle ABD is equal to 58 degrees. Okay, now we immediately ABD is equal to CDF. That means this is CDF, okay? We know that they are equal, so we can say AB is parallel to CD. Once again, corresponding angles equal. So which method you are going to choose is no problem. The only way is that you can do either one of these method to solve the problem immediately. Otherwise, you will find some problem, okay? Okay, now let's go to question 7. Oh, obviously this one is C. That means that we must find interior angle to make sure that to prove that AB is parallel to CD, right? Because we see a C here, we do not see a Z. We did not see a slide corresponding angle, so we'll use C. That means we are going to find out some angle that we add 115 will equal to 180 degree. So we are going to find ABD to find out that it's impossible to parallel. Okay, let's try it. Let's do it. Angle ABD, this one means the one with less than 180 degree, and you know that angle ABD reflects, that means the bigger one, we will use reflex angle, plus 295 degree will equal to 360 degree. The reason is called angles at a point. The reason that we learn it in the first, and then we know that angle ABD will equal to 65 degree. Okay, 65 degree. So let's us add together. Angle ABD, this one, and angle BDC. Let's check it is 180 degree or not. We have 65 degree plus 115 degree. Okay, 5 and 5, you have 120 and 60. So this one, luckily, 180 again. 180 again, so we can say, this one must be parallel. So we write down AB is parallel to CD. The reason is called interior angles supplementary. Okay, so we can solve the problem immediately. Let's check it, okay? Okay, so every time we will see it's not difficult. That means that we must find the interior angle. They add together will be 100 degree, or sometimes we use corresponding angles that we find are they equal or not. Or even the last one, we may know the alternate angle. That means the angle inside the Z. You will see are they equal? If they're equal so that we can say that they are parallel. Okay, we have question 7. And now we will go to question 8. For question 8, let's look at the question one by one. In the figure, this one is equal to 112, this one is equal to 126, and BED is equal to 122. And we're going to prove that BC is parallel to DE. Okay, now let's draw the BC and DE. BC is this one, and DE is this one. Okay, and then we must find the linkage between that. So we draw something like this. Okay. Oh, this is a Z. So that means for Z, you must find the angle between the Z. So we have one angle is 122. So what can we do is that if we know that this one is 122 again, so that we can solve that with the alternate angles equal. So let's try to do this. We know that these three angles add together must be 360 degrees. So we do it first. Angle CBE plus 126 degree and then plus 112 degree will equal to 360 degree. The reason is called angles at a point. Okay, so we add them together. This one is 238. So 360 minus 238. Okay, so unluckily is equal once again. So this is 1 to 2. Okay, 300. 22 plus 26 is 48. 48 plus 12 is 60. Okay, angle CBE is 122 again. And luckily is equal to angle BED. Don't go to sleep. Okay, so we have the angle CBE is equal to angle BED. Okay, luckily we say that BC is parallel to DE. Because the reason is the alternate angles, they are equal. So we can say alternate angle equal. Okay. Now let's go to question 9. Okay, now we are going to calculate is that AB parallel to the CD. Why don't we draw it first? AB parallel to CD, and the line linkage to this parallel line obviously is this one. Okay, now we see this one is parallel. Okay, we can use two ways. First of all, we can use this one angle. If we know that this is 64, and then we can use the Z. Or we can use this one once again with the corresponding angle. That means we slide here. If this one is also 64, so that we can say this is corresponding angle. So I think that this one is much easier because we know that we can find the angle by angle sum of triangle immediately. So why don't we find EFD? If EFD is equal to 64, then we can use the corresponding angle equal. If not, so that we can say no, they are not parallel. So we can draw it one by one. So let's find out angle EFD first. Angle EFD, this one, plus 64 degrees plus 52 degrees, 180 degrees, equal here. And this one is called angle sum of triangle. This time it's not adjacent angles on straight line because we have put 3 angles inside the triangle. So we use this one as the angle sum of triangle. And angle EFD, okay, let's do the calculation. 64 plus 52 is 116. And 180 minus 116, that is 70 minus 6, that is 64. Okay, luckily we can say immediately this one is equal to angle EFD will equal to angle FAB. Immediately we know this one is 64 and this one is also 64, so that we can say they are parallel with the corresponding angles equal. We can say AB is parallel to CD, and the reason is called corresponding angles equal. Okay, so we can say something like this. This is question 9. Okay, now let's do the last question in this video, question 10. In the figure, EH intercepts AB and CD at F and G respectively. That means that we can say that EH will cut F at AB and cut G at CD. And then we're going to find the BFG. That means this angle. What is the angle here? Obviously, we can say something like this. This angle, we must find out that is obviously in terms of X. That means we must write something that we cannot write exactly number maybe in this question. We must have the help of X. So why don't we write that this one must be X plus 15 immediately? Because we know this one is called the vertical opposite angle because with these two must be straight line. So we can write down angle BFG is equal to X plus 15 degrees. The reason is vertical opposite angles. And we finish the job of this question part A. Because in terms of it means we are going to write something with the unknown x. So we have x plus 15. So this one is something that we will not write something with the y, we don't write something with z, and we only write something with x. So we can say that, this one is correct. Sometimes if we write down 15 is also correct, if it's possible. But this one is x plus 15, so we write x plus 15. Okay, now we're going to prove that AB is parallel to CD. So first of all, we know that this is x plus 15 degree. So which one we're going to use? Obviously, we have these two angles. So that's the only way is that we use C. The alphabet C here. So this is interior angle. We are going to show that these two angles add together will be 100 degrees, and we know that is this one alphabet C. Let's look at part B. Okay, now we are going to do something like this. Angle BFG plus angle FGD. We know that, once again, this one is x plus 15 degrees plus 165 degrees minus x. So we know that x minus x cancel out. The only way we left is 15 plus 165 degrees. Luckily, this one is 180 degrees once again. So that we can say AB is parallel to CD. And the reason is called interior angles supplementary. This time it's not equal. Okay, comma. Okay. Now this is the end of the video, so make sure that you know how to do all these questions. Every time you must know which two angles you are going to use. Maybe supplementary, maybe they are equal. So every time, why don't you use the highlighter to draw this parallel line? So you will see I draw it, immediately you can solve the problem. Okay, so make sure that you know how to do this question, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.